It's already December, and you know what that means. Another year has slipped by just as we were finally getting used to it. Christmas is right around the corner, and you're just as broke as you were last year. So, congratulations on the consistency, I guess. You've got stocking fillers to sort out, presents to buy, and the very thought of it has you searching for the nearest corner to curl up and cry in. But fear not, because I've got some little ideas that might just save the day. And hey, maybe next year we'll all be a bit better off. Well, except for my friend who made the biggest financial mistake of his life and bought an old Peugeot. You can see that tragic tale in this video I've linked down below. And trust me, it's worth a watch, even if just to feel a bit better for yourself. Anyway, I found some genuinely great deals, mostly Parkside, but a few other gems too. It's a mix of the German little online store and some other locations, but knowing how their promotions work, I'd expect these deals to pop up in your country as well. So, make sure to keep an eye out. However, before we get started, drop a comment below and let me know, what do you have on your Christmas wish list this year? I'm not Santa, but I'm interested. Mostly so I can quietly judge your financial optimism. But anyway, let's start with clothing. Easily the cheapest option for any Parkside fan. And honestly, even if you're not a big fan, their workwear is surprisingly solid and still really affordable. They've got a wide selection on their website, but if you hit the clearance section in store and luck is on your side, you can score some genuinely great bargains. And just for €5 each, I picked up these Parkside work trousers and work shoes. You can even pick up a Parkside hat. And yes, they've also got Parkside themed Christmas sweaters too, which are perfect if you're the kind of person everyone avoids at the office Christmas party. And if this is the first time you're hearing about that, well, I'm sorry to say it, but that might be on you. But clothing isn't why I shop at Lidl, and it's not really the food either. They do have some nice Silvercrest branded stuff, like this coffee grinder which I've been using for over a year, and I can fully recommend it for the price. Now, let's move on to what you really came here for, Parkside. We'll start off with a few smaller items, and then move on to some of the pricier options for, well, your favorite child or parent, of course. When it comes to inexpensive stocking fillers, there are definitely some bargains with the Parkside name. They have solid sets of pliers as well as good screwdriver sets, all for very little money. But the real standout has to be the 2-in-1 multipliers. They might be a slight copy of a more expensive brand, but at this low price, they get the job done and are genuinely useful for any DIY or plumbing tasks. I included them on my list of the best Parkside releases of 2024, and a year on, I still think they are a fantastic purchase. Sure, the ones from that other German brand are higher quality, but you're broke, so don't even dare to look at them. Now, these two sets are a bit tricky to fit into a stocking, but at these prices, you may as well give it a go. I'm talking about the Parkside Performance Impact Bits and Sockets. They come in a nice metallic box, giving them that premium feel. And the quality really isn't bad at all. They look great, perform well, and don't cost a lot. I've actually been using both sets for quite some time now, and even after quite a bit of rough handling, both the boxes and the contents have held up nicely. The half-inch socket set doesn't include every single socket size, but that's not really a problem when you're gifting it to someone else, is it? It's all about the looks in that case, and they really do look good. Now, when it comes to Parkside power tools, I think it makes sense to start with the smaller ones. After all, they're probably the cheapest option. Besides, one of my favorite 12-volt Parkside tools has been on sale in Germany for just €15. In fact, this is the Companies-made version of their 12-volt dual driver, which I'm told is even better than the Grizzly Tools alternative, which I already own. But I did order this one as well, so we'll soon find out. A small dual driver is something every household really needs. Sure, you can assemble furniture or fix things without it, but having one makes the job so much easier, and way more effortless. And seriously, what's €15 these days? About the cost of a kebab. Skip that one meal, maybe grab a salad instead, and you can get your gran a Parkside dual driver. And she'll thank you, I'm sure of it. Or, well, skip 2 kebabs, which is even better because for once, you might start getting in shape before your New Year's resolution kicks in, and you'll get the tool along with the battery and charger. Here's another really good tool that runs on the same 12-volt battery system, the Performance version Eccentric Sander. Performance here means it's a brushless tool, so it's lightweight but surprisingly powerful for its size. So in essence, it's perfect for light sanding jobs or even removing paint from large flat surfaces. So, if you've got a door or something that needs repainting, this tool is definitely what you want at hand. And if you catch it on sale, I've seen these go for as low as around €35, which is an excellent price considering the performance and the 5-year warranty that comes with Parkside's performance range. But if you've got an Alfa Romeo driver in the family, you might want to go for something like this: a full ratchet and socket set from Parkside. I'm sorry to say these aren't quite as well made as the older sets that came in the black boxes, but even so, when you consider the price to performance ratio, it's hard to complain too much. You can get the biggest 216-piece kit for around 70 to €80, or you can check out this, the new 94-piece set, which is a recent release, and it doesn't include the 3/8-inch parts, but it takes up much less space, which is great if you have an old Alpha to carry around it. I might even pick up one myself, as I'm actually thinking about getting a Brera. Now, let's move on to the 20-volt battery system and see what's available there. Of course, the basic way to get into this system is a 2-amp charger and a 2-amp hour battery for just €18. If the person you're buying for is an avid gardener, you might want to consider the 20-volt Parkside pruning shears, which admittedly have a few quirks, chief among them being the blades, which are made from steel that's as hard as, well, tofu. And if you're not careful with what you're cutting, the blades can get damaged really easily. That said, for small branches and especially vine pruning, these shears are fantastic. They get the job done easily, and your hand won't ache while using them. Plus, it shows you care enough to help them avoid developing carpal tunnel syndrome, so it's a gift that's both thoughtful and practical. Another item you can pair with the battery and charger combo kit is the 20-volt dual driver. It's noticeably bigger than both the 12-volt and the brushless 20-volt versions, but it packs good power for general DIY tasks and is a really solid choice as a first dual driver. But it works even better with the larger capacity batteries, and so does everything from this point on. So, here's something with more power and versatility: the Parkside Performance Hammer Drill. This is the next step up in both performance and capability. Not only can it drive screws and drill through wood and metal like the smaller drills, it also has a hammer function. That means drilling through concrete is possible, though it's not really what it's best suited for. Softer materials like brick are a breeze, and having the hammer option is just a nice bonus around the house. Now, since we're talking about drilling, it's also worth mentioning the Parkside drill sharpener. It usually sits at around 25 to €30, depending on the country, of course. And when I tested it, I may have blown it up a bit, which admittedly was my fault, but even so, I could see its great potential for DIY use. Apart from my mishap, I managed to sharpen a 10mm drill bit surprisingly well. It's easy to use even with limited knowledge, making it a solid option for reviving old drill bits. Plus, it saves you from having to buy a bench grinder and learn the hard way. Definitely a clever, inexpensive gift idea that not many people would think of. If the person you're buying for already has some Parkside batteries, you could get them this: a Silvercrest vacuum cleaner, which is around €70 without a battery or €100 with one. Sure, it's not a Dyson, but I was actually impressed by how well it performed. And while it's not a Dyson, the full set costs less than some Dyson batteries alone. So, considering the price to performance ratio, it's a really good choice. And to wrap up the cordless tool selection, here are 2 budget-friendly gift ideas that really shine in terms of price to performance. First up is the Parkside Performance Impact Driver. Some units can have quality or performance issues, but replacements come quickly, and it's covered for a long while thanks to its 5-year warranty. Used as an impact driver, it delivers solid performance for its price. And if modified with a half-inch handle, it becomes a very compact 20-volt impact wrench. Next up, I have the Parkside Performance High Torque Impact Wrench. Now, this might be a bit of an overkill if you're only changing car wheels once or twice per year, but it handles much larger fasteners easily. Mechanically, it's solid. The tricky part is the Bluetooth and app updates, because, well, failed updates can break the tool. The warranty will still cover it, but after multiple replacements, I promise you that you won't trust the Parkside app anymore. My advice is, if it works well, don't update it. So, all things considered, at around €80 for the bare tool, it's a fantastic Christmas gift. There are plenty more great offers out there, So even if you're broke, there's really no excuse not to get someone a present this Christmas. And if you're not broke, well, how about treating them to a trip to the Parkside store this holiday season? If you're wondering where that is, don't worry. I made a full video all about it. So be sure to check that out after this one. Also, make sure to post some good ideas for Christmas presents down in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope you found the video interesting, and don't forget to click some buttons if you did.